Early access games are a great way of trying something out before it's the finished product, you know, getting a taste for the foundation. But with that foundation comes bugs. Some of them are very, very annoying and persistent and stick around for what seems like the entirety of your time spent in a game. And, you know, if you know me, I've played nearly 400 hours, if not more at this point, of Sulfur, so I've seen a lot of bugs come and go, and I've seen some stay. And not all of them are bad, let me be honest. The first one I'm going to show you isn't even bad, but I wanted to break down, I got like 7 or 8 bugs. Maybe we'll come across some other ones, but these are 7 or 8 that are the most persistent that I see the most often. And then one of them is not even like necessarily a bug. All right, like one of them I think isn't a bug. It's very strange and something I don't understand, and maybe one of you can help me with that. But yeah, some of them you're gonna be shocked. All right, I don't want to Mr. Beastify this thing, but some of them you're gonna be like, oh wow, how did I never see this was a thing? But the first one is very interesting, and like I said, it's not a negative. And this video will be kind of weird because I'm going to be editing it here and there because I do have to find stuff while I'm doing this, or else I just talk through it while I did it. But stuff like specific objects and stuff in game. Do I have the... Oh my gosh, we're already missing a big piece to how you make this happen. And yes, you may have noticed my hair is not the same as it normally is, but that's because I'm... It's been crazy. Everything's been crazy. But yes, believe it or not, you're going to need a dunce cap for this, because the first bug I'm going to show you, I don't find it to be a negative. You might not know this, but you can skip the St. Lucia fight entirely. This does not need to happen. You can get to the end of castle if you don't feel comfortable. Bring a dunce cap. I recommend having a dunce cap on you all the time, and it's just this simple. Look at this. All right? I'm not even paying attention to the game. I'm playing right now. I don't need to. Done. It works. 100% of the time, that window up there, you're just able to phase through. I checked all other windows and walls in that room. All of the other ones have the proper collision. So what this is it's missing collision right there. That wall, I should not be able to phase through it. And yet I can. There could be some other areas like this in the game that are like that. In fact, at one point, you could skip the Mace Knight in dungeon. Whoa, I didn't know I can get up here. Oops. And that was a pretty popular bug for speedrunning and just people who have fought the Mace Knight enough times to where they don't need to do it. But yeah, I checked everywhere else in here. It didn't seem to happen anywhere else, so pretty neat little bug. You know, we swapped out the Mace Knight bug for that. You can't complain, and if you do, why? But yeah, I mean, y'all know I gas this game up more than anybody. I mean, it's hard to even get people to play the damn game, unfortunately, which is still very weird to me as someone who's dedicated a lot of time and content creation to it. In fact, I'll have some news about that later on in the video. It's going to be a weird one. It's going to be a fun one. Okay, wait. I didn't want to do this bug yet, but we kind of just came across a crack of a wall. We should take this as an opportunity. We're doing a little free-flowing here. It's almost like a highlights I'm going to be editing down, but I have a vision, right? I don't know. Yeah, I sound like a psychopath, but it will make sense as we go along. Where is my gun? Here's my blaster. This is a weird one, but it's also not necessarily a negative one. Just something that we haven't really addressed, everybody. And that is, you know, if you shoot an explosive shot at a crackable wall, it breaks it. That makes sense. But did you know, if you use a Chaos Strike, which if I was to bring one of those in here, into my inventory, come here. Where are you, sweetie? Where is she? If I was to bring one of those in here, actually turn off the UI. It just says dark damage plus 50, chance to increase dark damage up to 800%. I mean, what? So, first of all, the Chaos Strike is really strong. What does that even mean? That's insane. So you have a chance of just 800 times the normal amount of damage, and you're already getting 50 dark damage on it. That's a lot of damage. But the damage is weird in this game. You'll see what I'm talking about. But with this, it doesn't say anywhere, and honestly, the explosive one doesn't either. But it is strange that this works like this. Dark damage can break the crackable walls. If you're having trouble finding an explosive scroll for whatever reason, but you happened upon a Chaos Strike, you can use it to do that. Again, maybe not a bug, just something that's probably lesser known. I found it on accident. I think I was bouncing bullets and it happened. And I was just like, okay, strange rare W for me. Although if you're playing Sulfur, you're probably having a lot of W's. Again, this isn't supposed to be a negative thing. It's just, with all great things, there are some annoying things, especially in early access. You know, we expect a lot of bugs. I should be using this. Honestly, it's a little scary with the jumping, but it is strong. Sometimes. I mean, if you get the 800% buff, which is crazy. I shouldn't be looting right now. The intention is not to loot. The intention is to find the next bug, and I know what the next bug is. It's just a matter of getting there, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit and plead my case, you know? Also, I need to ask before we continue. We got a bunch more bugs. Don't worry, sweetie. It's not like we're wrapping up here. But what bugs annoy you? And you could wait till the end of the video in case I do cover it, or you could just tell me right now. Almost looks like explosive might be tied in to Chaos Strike because sometimes they do explode. I don't know if that's the 800% bonus. Okay, here we go. This one is really weird. It is 100% reproducible, but in order to do it and to explain how we're doing it is very strange. This is an Amulet Charge. We all know that. We're all very well aware of that. We use these a million times, but if you go into the Amulet Charge with your melee drawn, which is probably something you might do. You're speeding in, you see enemies, you want to charge your amulet, you do it. It charges. Just give it a second. Just give it a second. It always takes a sec. All right, so your amulet is charged. Apparently, it's fully charged. So then if we take out the amulet, you're input locked. You're soft locked right now. I mean, it's kind of like a hard lock. It's weird because you could still... It's taking some player input. I can move around. I can jump. I can do all that. I can't melee. I can't open any menus or inventories. And basically what I think it is if it doesn't actually get the animation of the amulet charging, you get frozen like that. But luckily, if you just leave the stage, it will fix itself. And it won't happen unless you're in that one loaded area. So you have to be in that instance for it to affect it like that. It's a really weird bug, and it's silly, and it's not that detrimental unless you charge somewhere like sewers where you could be facing a lot of danger around the corner. Sewers is really bad with the spawns. If I wanted to talk about a bug, I personally think the spawn rate in sewers, the congested spawn rates where you can be tackled by 30 people at once is not right. It doesn't feel good. You enter a room, you killed 30 in the one before you, then you got another 30 on you. Sometimes you lose frames because of that. Another thing is Cousin is having some frame rate issues right now. I'm not going to go too far into that because anybody that plays Cousin once will probably run into those issues. So that's an annoying bug. But it's also kind of a newer bug, so I've not been dealing with that for a while. The Amulet Charge one might not be new, but it is new to me. Somebody had mentioned it, and I went and tried it, and I was like, oh yeah, this is weird. And that's basically an S story. It's not a great story, by any means. Another quick bonus bug, if you haven't heard about the infinite durability, infinite ammo, Breacher 8, go ahead and check out that video. Hopefully I'm smart enough to remember to put it right here. Watch that after this. Maybe I'll leave it as a recommended video at the end if I can make the time to do that. Because this is a Susu. I didn't mention that yet, and I'll mention it again. But this is secretly a Susu. If you don't know what a Susu is, Mr. Beastify this video to the end, you like stick around for. I'm not making any sense. This next bug may break and shatter your entire reality of gun building. It's something I noticed because I do a lot of gun building, and it's something that's actually really frustrating to me. This might be the most annoying bug on this, and this is very much a bug. It's indisputable that it's a bug, and most people might not notice it because of how frantic and chaotic you might make a gun, but I noticed it, and it's the fact that there's oils that say plus 13 bounces, but your bullets will only ever bounce 7 times. I thought it was 8. I've said 8 in multiple other videos and streams. I need to correct myself because I do have freaking numbers dyslexia, and this is the solid proof of that because I'm counting 8, but then when I went in and I slow-mode everything, which you'll see shortly, because I'm just going to show you firsthand, you might not need the slow-mo, but I did go in and edit that. I was like, oh, that's 7 bounces. So if we were to slap on this, and I'll even slow it down even more. So, because what I wanted to do is I also edited it down from no oils on a gun to make sure it, you know, the only oil was an Arkanoid and nothing else was affecting it. But so right there, it's kind of weird. This is the first time I've done this on this channel because I'm protesting for this to be fixed. But right there, you can kind of tell that's not 8 bounces. Or 13. That's not 13 bounces at all. That's not even close to 13. That's half of 13. 7 is half, pretty much. If we look right there, is 8 there. Actually, it's 8 there. So I guess sometimes it's 7, sometimes it's 8. But right there, we can see that is 8 bounces. 1 shot into a bounce. 2, 3. Wait, no. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, wait, it's 7 bounces. Yeah, because the first shot it bounces off the first shot. See, this is the problem with numbers dyslexia. And if you think you might have it, if that's any a bit confusing to you as it was for me to explain it, guess what? You probably do, all right? It's not just, you're not alone in this. But like I said, I took a gun that didn't have anything other than Arkanoid, and I edited it down to see if that is what was happening. Here's a little bit more slower, too. Oh, that's too slow. We're not going to watch that one. We're not going to watch that one. To make sure that other oils besides Arkanoid weren't affecting how much a bullet can bounce. And with an exciting feature like bullet bouncing, it's very unique to Sulfur. Not every game offers a bullet bounce. You could see right there. Plain as day. It ain't 8, sweetheart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No more bouncing. That's where I was getting confused, because the bullet still hit, but it doesn't bounce on the 8th one. So it's technically only 7 bounces, and I missed counting the 1 there, my bad. But here is the footage of me shooting it with just Arkanoid and no other oils. I guess I didn't take into consideration, maybe it's just Arkanoid that's bugged? Well, let's look at the edit first. You go watch this edit, the slow-mo version, and then I'll make that real quick. Welcome back. My inventory is a mess because, like I said, we got a lot to go over, and I don't know why I picked up the rice pudding, but I guess I couldn't help myself. So if we take long shot, synchronicity, and pool, we should get 10 bounces. It won't be slow, so maybe we'll slap a couple of slow oils on here real quick. Let's grab another, I guess I took the slow punch. Let's find another one. It's for science reasons. I normally wouldn't do this, but science means I'm going to have to steal an oil from the old dev kit. We need something else that's going to slow it down. I need like a decent slowdown here. There's got to be something. Okay, so that's 30. That would be 80% less. That would be your standard Arkanoid if we were to take speed trade and slow punch, because Arkanoid gets you minus 80. So it's going to be a little quick, but it should be 10 bounces. So slap that on. Slap that on. Let's see if we can count it out. I know we've been struggling with our counting today. That's okay. We still get a juice at the end of all of this. Don't worry. This just seems like a dangerous room to bounce. Let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's too... Is that even slow? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I counting right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5. It's half. It's half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it stops on the 6th shot, the 6th hit. Is all bounces being halved? I'm actually learning this with you. Normally, I would be doing this by myself at 4:30 in the morning. I just wake up. That's when I like to do a lot of testing and try to find video ideas. And honestly, I have some big information coming as far as my sulfur content goes that I don't think you're going to want to miss. It's actually really cool, and I think you'll be interested. Basically, I would be making these dumbass faces and maybe even some noises by myself at this time. But you're with me, so that's kind of fun. Okay, we need long shot. We need pool. We need slow punch. All right, let's see. That would be... We need Arkanoid, duh. Need the Arkanoid. That's the most important feature of this beast. All right, so let's see. That would be 13, 17. 17 plus 3. Bonk. 17 plus 3. Did I get that right? 17 plus 3 is 20. I tell you, it is so embarrassing, but it's who I am. And I'm not... I got the numbers dyslexia. It's like I see numbers, they get jumbled up, and they make my head hurt. I don't know. It just is what it is. I've come to accept the quirks of how my shitty brain wants to work. So let's see. If this does 10 bounces, it's not that it's doing 7 or 8, it's doing half. Because what we lined up before should have been 10 bounces, but we got 5. So this should be 20 bounces. Okay, I forgot the slow punch. 1. Okay, this is good. This is good. This is good. It'd be easier to count. 2. I feel like the count right now from Sesame Street. 3. I kind of want to shoot it right. That would be cool. 4. I need to stay focused. Every time I hit the number, I want to say something. 5. Okay, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. All right. 6, 6. That was 6. Don't hit that wall. It's edging it. 7. Okay, nice. We're hitting 8. This is going to be 8 right here. This is going to be 8. Come on, bounce for me. 8. No, it's half of whatever it's supposed to be. 9. No way. It's going to stop. It's going to hit 10 and then stop. Watch. 10. Okay, now it's going to stop. It's going to stop. It's half of whatever it's supposed to be. It's not going to hit 20. It's not going to hit even 11. So you're telling me no matter what the bounces, there's not necessarily a cap, but it's going to half. See, now, when I saw that Arkanoid was only giving me 7 bounces at one point, I thought it was 8. Wow, this is insane. So no matter how many bounces you get, you'll get half of that value. Super weird, but we kind of just found that out together, and that's a world's first. I don't know if anyone else has gone to this in depth of testing as far as bouncing goes, but I mean, there's my proof. Perfect Random, please fix this. I would love to make a gun that would bounce not 10 times, but 20 times around a room. Would be freaking hilarious. I'm not sure. It's probably a simple fix in the code because it is tied to just the general values, or it's a really complicated fix in the code because making a game, even the simplest thing could be the most complicated, and the most complicated looking thing might be very easy, a little flick of the wrist to fix. So hopefully you get that fixed soon so we can keep doing proper gun building, because if you're new to Sulfur, I showed one of the final bosses. I showed St. Lucia, my bad. But if you're new to Sulfur, gun building is very important, and it's the end game. It's what you do once you've beat all the levels. You focus on gun building, make the wildest guns you can, and go on some fun challenge runs. That's what you do here. Okay, so this next bit is going to be it's going to be hard to explain, but basically, I wasn't lying. If you've been watching me play Claire Obscure Expedition 33, you'll know... What is this one? This is okay. This is the bouncy one. Okay, hold on. I should have got these ready beforehand, because now you're like, this guy's an idiot. And you're right. Before we do this, it's about the damage numbers, and the damage numbers are freaking confusing. It seems really inconsistent. I think a lot of the time it gets mistaken for ghost bullets, but it's actually the fact that the numbers in the game are lying to you. And what I was going to say, if you've been watching the Claire Expedition 33 videos, you'll know I said I was going to make a Sulfur video yesterday. I was going to do one on the Dirk. I wanted to do like a gun showcase on the Dirk, make a couple of Dirk builds, and then just talk about the Dirk, how I like to build around the Dirk, and just do a full run with the Dirk. Because I've heard some people express interest in wanting to see a series of videos all about each and every single gun. If you would be interested in that, let me know. But then I ran across this. I was just doing a normal playthrough with a couple of Dirks I made. This was one of them, just like a little sniper Dirk. It used to have a scope on it, but then an issue happened. The hard times began. Oh, here's another bug. So sometimes in dev kit, this is a weird bug, and it's not important, but sometimes in dev kit you can't spawn anything in until you go back to the main menu and then jump back in. I think it has to do with not spawning in any NPCs and then spawning in loot instead first. So now when I go back in, I'm good. So I was doing a normal run and shooting people with a Dirk that did, 400 damage. 400 damage. All right? And if we look at enemies' health, because like I was shooting them and they were dying, and I was like, huh, this is new to me. If we look at their health, they've got 200. So let's stay back here. 400, right to his chest. Okay, that didn't hit him. What's the spread on this? A spread of 1. That actually might be Ghost Rig. I don't know what that was. That should have hit. It's not a consistent thing. It doesn't happen all the time. In fact, it's not happening at all right now, which is kind of crazy. We fixed this in between me playing earlier today and me playing right now, because this is embarrassing. Actually, I'm not having it happen at all. Hooray! Hold on. It's, like I said, it's totally random when it happens. But I think I might know. Okay, right there. Boom. I hit him. We saw him flinch. He took 100 instead of 400. Now, it looks like we hit him in the arm. And this is where the issues come into play. This is what I noticed after it happened the first time. I was like, what? For one, I mean, you're splitting hairs there. I basically shot him in the chest still. But this does 400 damage, right? I shot him in the leg. And this is more of a PSA, because I didn't know this. I just thought some guns weren't working right. I normally aim for the face, but obviously if you're fighting humans, it's not always an option. If you're using something semi-auto, that could be even harder. So I shot him in the leg. He took 100 damage. Shoot him in the foot, and he dies. Okay, so I don't understand what's going on with these damage values. I actually haven't seen that today. So we just shoot him in the foot. All right, we hit him right in the foot. No, I think we missed. That time we missed. All right, that time we hit him in the foot. 100 damage, right? These numbers aren't making sense. And then if we take this, which does 480 from an assault rifle, right in the knee, 100, hit him in the chest, he's dead. Both of them dead, 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 dead. Basically, you can keep doing that over and over and over again. But, let me see, you've got full health right here. Essentially, what I think I figured out, and again, this is a PSA, maybe some of you smarter folks already figured this out way before me. Hopefully I had enough time to put chapters in the video and you just skipped ahead to the next one because you're like, oh, this guy's just a dumbass. The numbers dyslexia thing keeps coming up. This is his personality, I guess, is not understanding how numbers work. But when I look at the gun and it tells me it does 480 damage, and I understand that crits are tied to crit chance, which can only be applied from scopes or oils. You can't get crit chance anywhere else. It's not a thing. You need oils that give crit chance, or you need a scope to get crit chance, and you get crit chance when they turn yellow. With that, it seems like there are damage modifiers to the head. If you shoot him in the head, you'll get that 400 damage. You might get even more than 400 damage. There's not a lot of enemies that are roaming around with more than 400 health. In fact, there might be now. Let me see if the Hulk has more than 400 health. Let's see. Where is he? Where is the Hulk? Excuse me. Oh. We got white backgrounds for this guy. Oops. Okay, he's got 1,000. It's 1,600. Oh, I forgot he could do range attack. Hold on. So 1,600, shot him square in the eyeball. And we did not 480. I hit him in the eyeball. Huh? 1,260. Oh, God, this is going to be some complicated ass math. 1,260. So that did 500 damage. 1,260 to 760 did 500 damage. And we did 480, so it's not... I'm not that crazy. The damage numbers almost don't make any sense at all. You see what I'm talking about. When we shoot them like that, we can use this one too. You can use the base guns as well, and you'll see similar issues. In fact, it comes across a lot clearer with the base guns. So we'll see 1,600. And then we'll go up. And we did... So it almost looks like it maxes out at 360 damage, which is not accurate. We're supposed to be doing 400. It could be some sort of defensive thing from him. Maybe he can take a little bit extra per shot, but you'd think they would just tie that to the health pool, so that's kind of weird. And then that time, if we did 360, it would have been down to... I don't remember. You saw what the other number was. I'm not sure if this is accurate. Let me shoot him again. 940. Shoot him once. Should be down to 540. It is. Okay, so that time it's accurate. Very strange stuff. I don't get it. I don't understand the damage numbers, but I also think if my gun does 400... it should do 400 to anything. Oh my God, this has crit chance on it. Yeah, it's got confidence oil. I just saw him turn yellow. Okay, that might be why we did more, but it doesn't matter because you saw it with a corpse maker. That's just me being a dunderhead. So let's see. We shot him. There's 300. 300 to the face when it's supposed to do 480. And this also has crit chance with confidence oil. And like I said, it doesn't need anything. You can just use a standard-ass gun. So we took a Dirk. I don't know why well, I know why. I wanted to do a video on the Dirk, but my sniper that does 400 damage wasn't killing anything. So this thing is supposed to do 60. And we're almost done with this. You're probably already tired of this. 1,300. Shoot him once. 1,255. What is that even? How the fuck does that add up? It does 45 when it's supposed to do 60. Is there a percentage that's not being taken away there? I don't know. But fucking kill him real quick. It's going to take forever. Hold on. You know what? It doesn't need to be like this. It doesn't need to be like that. I think if we're going to have crit chance included into the game, that should be factored in instead of whatever's going on with heads and stuff. Or, if that's the case, two different damage numbers. One that says headshot damage, and then one that says base damage. So anywhere else, I don't know, just some line of text somewhere that says if you don't hit him in the head, you're not going to get maximum damage output. So I'm supposed to do 60 to this 200 health enemy. Yeah, and I did 45. So it's not a percentage thing, because why would every enemy have that? Right? The numbers don't make sense. The numbers, Mason. What do they mean? How many times have I referenced Call of Duty Black Ops and the whole crowd goes wild? I know you guys love my Blops references, so that's good. That's fine. This next one is going to be very strange. I saw someone talking about it, and quite frankly, I don't know how this even happens. Somebody mentioned that you can equip a repair kit onto your trinkets. Yep, you can do that. You can do that. It doesn't take up inventory space. It just lives down there. I'm assuming at some point, maybe, I actually have no assumptions for this. And it's not just the repair kits. I did some further testing. It is any durability item can live down there. And it gets even wilder if you just have a little patience with me as I stack more things. Just anything you want. Anything you want. And it's like almost infinite. Eventually, it starts to give you a little bit of problems. Now, is it always going to be doing that? Here. Is that why you're mad? That's all of them, yeah? No, well, not except for all this. So if I go back in... No. I think I would... Wait. How did you get back there? Oh, interesting. So I think the last one, it's going to assume... Maybe I need to click on something else, and then... Okay, that's how you keep it. You have to click on something else and go back in. Weird, but this whole thing is weird. I tried with every single other item. It didn't work. It's only durability. I tried with every other type of item. You can't have anything equipped in the slot, but you can equip after they're frozen down there, and those won't go away. So you'd have to take off all your trinkets, put them into empty slots, and then it'll work. But the nice thing, and this is very nice, and this is an easy exploit you can use going forward. You can just run through the entire game like this. At no point is it going to take that ugly monstrosity of repair kits off of your screen. They're just going to live there forever. I don't know if I found a way to get rid of them, so you can have those when you're running around getting incorrect damage numbers on everything you shoot. And I think the incorrect damage numbers is why we think there's so many bad hit reg issues, because right there is a very prime example of that. This thing does 480 damage, almost 500 damage per shot. I'm going to tell you right now, Mr. Assault Rifle, if we can come across another one, does not take 500 damage. And I shot him in the chest a bunch of times. Wasn't missing that bad. Now, the recoil is friggin' nuts on this thing. So what's your health? What's your health? I don't know off the top of my head. 200. 200. It doesn't make sense. I did 1,000. And, I mean, you saw me hit him, so there's clearly something very wonky going on with the damage numbers. That definitely needs a really good look at. All right? That bug is very annoying when I'm trying to build guns to show off the Dirk. That guy took 3 shots, all of which are in the chest. I'm not moving, so the bloom shouldn't be going too crazy. 2 in the chest, basically in the throat. Yeah, it's just all bad. Damage numbers-wise. The game itself is amazing. I'm gonna die. I can't hit him. Get back here, Sparky. Oh, he's dead. I killed him. That works for me. So yeah, that's the repair kit thing. And you can use these. They don't go anywhere. You just bring them up, and it repairs it, see? I'll do one of these. Get a little dish soap on there. A little Be Gone. Get that guy. You can give him a little bit more. You just keep going back in. And like I said, you leave the area, they stay. I haven't tried with an Amulet Charge. Maybe that would have some effect on it. Let's try teleporting back to the church and see if they go away. That's really the only thing I can think of outside of maybe beating Forest and walking out. I mean, that's additional testing you could do. If you do go that extra step and you look into that yourself, let me know. There was one other thing, and unless Kevin has this thing, I cannot show you this bug. What are the fucking chances? I literally wrote down all the bugs to make sure I got to all of them. And I was like, the penetration oil, as soon as it goes into your inventory and you leave an area, it disappears permanently. And I was like, how could I possibly get footage of this? That's all I put for a note. It's not like I was like scripting what I was going to say. It was, hey me, how can I get footage of this? But you could see it's in my inventory. It doesn't matter if I put it in a box, if Kevin keeps it on him, if I sell it to someone. As soon as I leave... Watch this. As soon as you leave the area, wherever you get a penetration oil, just penetration oil, that's the only oil. I can't believe we got this lucky. It's gone. It just disappears. It's the only oil in the game that does that. I also think there's another bug when it comes to oils. I think the Chub oil is supposed to be part of the game. I did a video on all of the new oils. And I believe they messed up somewhere when 2 of the oils had the same name and attributes. And Chub Oil, I think, was supposed to be in the game because... Do I still have it in here so I can just show you? I do. Chub Oil, bigger bullets, less damage. When I first live streamed the update, I think Zooming Oil had those same stats, but it was... something was off with it. I can't remember exactly why they took it out. And because of that, I think they accidentally took Chub Oil as well. So just so Perfect Random knows, if they ever hear this or anybody ever gets this information to them, Chub Oil is not able to be found in the game. I looked far and wide. I could not find it for the life of me. I talked to Kevin a million times. I played through for like 50 hours. Not once did I come across a Chub Oil. If anyone else has come across a Chub Oil organically and they could show a video of them like finding it in a chest or something, let me know. I mean, obviously you could fake it by going into dev mode and just be like, oh yeah, look, it was right there. I don't want trolls for that. If you actually have a video of you playing an organic run and then it drops at your feet, you know, great. I'd love to see that. But otherwise, I looked so much for that final oil. They said 100 oils. I looked so much for that oil. If somebody found it organically, I would be so happy. That's why I want to see it, because I need that level of relief to know that it was just me and the worst RNG of all time that wasn't able to find the Chub Oil, but all 99 other new oils, including the unlabeled oil. I was counting unlabeled oil as far as new oils. It's the same with Stiffy Fit. If you watch the oils video, you know that already. So those are the bugs that have been really prominent for me through all my time in Sulfur. Some being old that have been around for a while, possibly even those damage number issues, and some being new that are silly or not necessarily annoying, but totally available to use as an exploit, what have you, like skipping, say, Lucia, using a dark, Chaos Strike dark damage to break a crackable wall, learning how to speak English fluently, even though you've been alive for however many freaking years. I'm infinite, by the way, so don't try to guess the age. I'll never die. Sulfies never die. That's a Goonies reference. I'm not old enough to watch Goonies as a kid. You know, I mean, that's like in the 80s. I'm not that old. You know, let's not be guessing ages. That's weird. I brought it up, though, to be fair. Just as I said earlier, this is the Susu, which is the Sulfur Summary. Once a week, I'm supposed to make a video specifically dedicated to the Sulfur Summary. It's been really hard the last few weeks, as Sulfur Summary Sunday Report is supposed to be a huge string of words that basically talks about everything that happened in Sulfur this week. And this week, nothing happened in Sulfur. That's why it's been a little hard to make Susus, because nothing necessarily is happening. We've had no major updates in over a month. We've had no small updates in over a month. So it's like, well, man, I think there was a couple of small bug updates. Nothing of note has happened in over a month, so it's kind of, you know, it's hard to really squeeze content, and that's the thing. I actually did a count on my videos. I was curious the other day. I was like, I counted, and I saw like 80 videos. No, if you don't include member videos, live streams, or shorts, I have made 96, 97 now that this video is updated, unless I died of a heart attack and all of this footage is missing somewhere. It's always an opportunity. It's always an opportunity, not opportunity, always a chance. Always a chance, not an opportunity. I know some of you want me dead. I'm sorry. I'm infinite. But with this being the 97th video, that means the next 3 videos I want to plan very carefully, because the last of those 3 will be video 100. And it's 100 videos since October. That's a shit ton of videos that I've dedicated to Sulfur and to you, the community, because I love you guys. And yeah, at some points, it does get a little overwhelming. Obviously, the gun rankings I've mentioned have become overwhelming. It's a lot of rigorous editing and like testing guns and making sure I'm giving you the best information I can. Of course, it's all personal preference, and I could sit up here and just do one long string of words and tier list and give you every empty thought I can think of, but I don't want to do that, because I know some people, when they watch a gun tier list, they want you to get to the point, and if you're new here, the number one thing I want for you is to be entertained. I want you to learn, and I want you to hang out with the community, comment section, talk with each other, the Discord, talk with each other. I just want the Sulfur community to come together, because Sulfur's always been in a weird spot where it doesn't get the recognition it deserves. It deserves many accolades for being creative and fun and refreshing. We'll get those eventually. There has been a couple of big creators now that have said it's really good. That Reginald, the second guy, said it's awesome, which is great to hear from somebody with a big-ass community actually give credit where credit is due. My point is, we got 3 videos before 100. It's stressing me out. I want to make sure the 100th video is good. That's why I haven't hit another Soul Flock, even though we just started it. I'll probably do a Soul Flock in the next 3, but I wanted to mention why it's been a little weird. And not only that, Expedition 33, Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is amazing. And if you haven't tried it, it truly is a masterpiece, and it has absorbed my life as far as gaming goes. It's so good. And if you know me, I love independent games. I want to give them credit, so yeah, I want to play through that game. I just got to get at least one playthrough. It's very addicting and very fun and very new. If you haven't seen any of my playthrough, I did the first part of it on the Homie Dot, and then the rest of it's going to happen on the Rebel Dotty, because it is a very long game. At least that's what it seems like. It doesn't seem like I'm anywhere near even the midway point, and if I am, okay, the length might disappoint me a little bit, but I don't have a feeling that they skimped anywhere on this game. You're getting a smorgasbord, a real buffet of a great game in Expedition 33, so feel free to go and check out my gameplay of Expedition 33 and my story adventure if you want, or play it yourself, because I really think you would enjoy it. It's a very, 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 very good game. But I don't ever want to go a whole week without Sulfur content, and I didn't. All right? I made sure to hit the Sulfur summary. There will be another Soul Flock within these next 3 videos. There's gotta be. Soul Flocks are fun. It's my favorite challenge in the game. It's always a nightmare, and it's the most unpredictable nightmare you can think of. If you haven't watched Soul Flock, I do have a playlist made on the channel where you can watch it in order if you want to see how it's evolved over time. And also, you could do the Soul Flock on your own. You could do it with the old rules. I would recommend the new rules because they incorporate stuff like the unlabeled oils. But in case I didn't make myself clear, I am still working on the gun tier list. I'm not even sure if I mentioned that. Speaking on the topic of making myself clear, I'm not even sure if I freaking mentioned that. But I had to take a break because I did 3 in a row. That's like a lot of guns. I mean, I'm talking in depth with every gun, the best information I can give you, so that hopefully we don't have to double back unless there's some big changes, and these can be the one-stop, be-all, all the information you could need on the pistols, SMGs, revolvers, and that's a lot. I mean, it's already like it's like an hour and a half worth of conversation with just 3 gun types. There are 5 more to go, and I don't want to start phoning it in. I don't want to make bad videos with those. We're marching to video 100, which is super exciting, so I do want to say thank you to everybody that's ever said anything in the comments, in the Discord, on a live stream, wherever, or that's even liked the video or just watched the video or has enjoyed any aspect of it. I appreciate you. I appreciate all the Sulfies. I appreciate the members of this channel. Every member is choosing to support my family and I can't help but thank you and throw out a shout out at every end of like edited video. I have to do it. You guys are amazing. You don't have to do that, but you do it, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much to the members of this channel. Also, another thing, I should have said this before that, but I did do another Daddy Dot video, which is my Pokemon opening channel. I don't know if you realize I do that, but I also open Pokemon cards and go on conversations. Those videos are a little different. It's half an opening and then half like a vlog where I talk about one subject in the Pokemon world, usually the cards. I might do some other IRL stuff in the future. I'm planning on it. I just want to make sure whatever I do is at least interesting or funny or entertaining, and hopefully including my son, because the videos are always about my son in some aspect. He's at least the centerpiece of my brain when I make them. So that's the Daddy Dot if you're unaware. So even if we're not getting as much sulfur at the moment because I'm curating it the best that I can, I'm sure we'll get an update soon. I don't think they'll make us wait 2 months. They might, but I don't think they would do that. They've mentioned in the Discord, I'm talking about Perfect Random right now, sweetheart. I don't think I made that clear. They've mentioned in their Discord multiple times that they're working very hard to get everything going and ready for you guys, and just it's all good, baby. We're good. We're gonna get some big updates soon. Don't worry. And if I keep talking, I'm just gonna keep rambling, and this is already turned into a 45-minute video. It's a crazy amount of editing. It's probably gonna be a weird edit. Certainly is a weird ending. This was the Susu.